Hey Busters, welcome back to another Capsule Toy video. So today, we're opening up the Nokogiri Kuwagata from the brand new Kuwagata 03 series from the IkimonoZukan line, or Daizukan line. So yeah, so this here is a 500 yen Gashapon, or $5 USD if you guys want to call it. So yeah, this is brand new. I think it released, I think it was about the last week of January, and then depending where I live, sometimes it comes out like first week of February. So yeah, but yeah, so in this case, as always, round capsule. Open it. You just get these as always. This here is the throwaway piece. The only thing you do want to keep is this clear stand, like so. Pop it out. Rest is just recyclable. So yeah, we got the stand here, and as always, these are hexagonal joints, so please don't try to rotate it. You have to just wiggle them out like so. Am I getting it? Yeah, this way. So you just wiggle them out like so. So one more time just to prove it. It is hexagonal in nature, so you know, it does become the display stand. So you just want to angle it upwards like so here, and this one up this way. So yeah, I like to wiggle it as I pull it out, because you know, it just makes it a lot easier to make sure you don't kind of like snap it out. Not too much of a wiggle, but you know, like that. Angle it upwards. Oops, sorry. So not out that way, but this way. Like so. And you're good to go. And this connects here on the other part, as always. Just pop it off, turn it around, and you have your display stand. Plop this in. Do angle it inwards, like so, because it will support. So let's just leave it there. And as always, you get the little booklet. Just kind of explains it. So for Kuwagata 03 IkimonoZukan series, this lineup has the 01 Kuwagata, the 02 rosenbergi ogogon onikwaga Kuwagata gold, and the black variant, same mold. Today we're looking at the Nokogiri Kuwagata, which is the same species from 01. However, this is kind of like the renewal version where it's much smaller, which I'll show off later. And the rare version, number 5, the Tokara Nokogiri Kuwagata. I don't have it, but from other Japanese YouTubers I've seen, it does just seem like a repaint. So it's the same mold. So effectively in this, in Kuwagata 03, this specific lineup, there are 3 different molds: the Nokogiri mold, the Rosenberg mold, and the O Kuwagata mold. So yeah, there's that. So in here, you just get the 4 baggies. Let's get them out. So here you have the Nokogiri head. So definitely much smaller than the 01. You know, so yeah, so I think at least for me, I was really worried. Like, is it the exact same mold? So I don't really know, but I do like the fact that it is nice and small, like so. So mine clearly has slight paint up damages, so it's kind of hard to see, but and the head is a bit loose and all, but that's fine. So yeah, it does have like a mold line here. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but at least here in Japan, any quality defects like this, if you just email them and let them know like a missing piece or whatnot, they're more than happy to replace it for you. So unfortunately, these are this customer service is within Japan only. So, but yeah, I definitely had it. Usually with the example, my favorite series, the Gundam Ensemble Line series. So here are the wings, and this clear piece is the display stand. So make sure don't throw it out that away. For that, you just plop it off, plop it on here, like so. Actually, I think it goes more this way. Sorry, the other way, because the body goes up here. But yeah, as I was saying, for the Mobile Suit Ensemble series, every time I had problems with them, they'd be like, hey, it's cool, they just send me a replacement. However, for these guys, even though they're the same cost, for the 2 times I've actually had problems with these, like the leg or whatnot popped off, they did ask me to send back, and then afterwards they send me it. So kind of funny how that works, depending, but yeah. So as always, here are the legs, and these are the and these are the antennas. So let's just get the antennas first. So for the antennas, there is no left right. They just plop right in. So you can just twist these off like so, or you can just get scissors to cut them. Really up to you. At least for the antennas, I just twist them off because it's just a lot easier. So the antennas here, alright guys, go into I'm not exactly sure, but it should be as far as I know in here on the side, but let's just double check with the instructions. So it said, let's see, this is the old Oo Kuwagata, but yep, so pretty much always on the side. So let's find out how to get it. This one is surprisingly loose. For all I know, the ball joint could have been just like falling out, but they probably recommend you actually take these out. But let's see if I can't. Yeah, so there it is. So I can see it. Unfortunately, my lighting is probably terrible. Oh no, so there it is. You can see the hole. So you just grab one of these and plop them in like that. But because, as you can see, it is thin plastic and quite bendy and probably prone for stress mark breaking, I do not recommend forcefully putting it in. I like to put it in here and just use my fingernail to push it at the ball joint area, as that's more solid. And even with my thin fingers, I usually just like using the wing to kind of just jab at it like so from this way and that. Actually, I think it's in already. Yeah, it's pretty much in. Yeah, so jabbing it away that way seems to be the best way to go, at least for me. Mileage may vary, but yeah, just because you know, as you can see, it's so small, so pushing it at the ball, you're not going to stress out this little connection part. So just my little bit of advice. So we just get this in here. Sorry, Busters, this probably takes a bit longer than it should, because of just how, you know, I got this, it's not even a camera, it's just my tablet in front of me, so it's eating up a lot of precious space. Oops. You know, I'm just going to attempt this just for a couple more seconds. If I cannot, I'm just going to do this off screen. Yeah, this thing is definitely, I do probably this one recommend twisting it off to the side to give yourself a bit more clearance, like so. And then push it in a little bit with the finger. There we go. Get that wing, get a nice look at it. Oh, I just realized it's probably all off focus. So feel free to skip ahead a bit, Busters. There we go. Got it in. And for the legs, as always, here in the sprue piece, it'll say B2. B just refers to which beetle mold, so don't really worry about the lettering. It's specifically the number. So 2 means the middle, 1 means the front legs, forelegs, and 3 is the rear legs. So as you can see, B3, and then left, right, and left and right. So let's just do the B3, right? Let's just put these legs on first. So this is the right one. But yeah, although I said the lettering doesn't really matter, it does slightly matter in that maybe, although super rarely, maybe they actually got the that's the right leg, the wrong legs with the wrong mold. So you might want to just double check on that. But honestly, it should be fine. Oh, by the way, if you can't tell, it says right here, I'll just so A is for the what is it, the so the Rosenberg ones, the gold black Rosenberg, so it's type A. B is the Nokogiri, this one, and C is for the Oo Kuwagatas, just in case for you guys wondering whether or not you got the right set of legs. So in other words, they do have different molds for the legs, which is a nice detail on their part. But yeah, generally, like these things, they kind of show on the official website. Yeah, feel free to check down in the description link below, like how they design these. From what they said, they kind of just do like digital 3D scanning, you know, to get like the most, I guess, accurate mold for these things, which if you've been following and watching my videos and you've seen it, these things are highly detailed. So what is this? This is B1, front legs. So let's just get the right leg first. Twist that off, right leg. So right leg, yeah, so they just straight forward. Like so. Where's this one in? Oops. Oh no, his antenna little thing came up. Plug that out. Push this in. There we go. Quickly plop this back in. I say quickly, but you know, let's just see how quickly I can do it. Now the leg is getting away, so I definitely recommend putting these antennas in first as opposed to the legs. Ah, almost got it. Let's see right there. You know what, Busters? I'm just gonna do this off screen. Be right back. Alright, Busters, got it back. So finally, let's just put on the last set of legs. Do gotta remember, because I always mess up the middle ones. Let's see, right leg first. Let's do right leg. Twist this off. So you know the little smooth bits. You know you can just trim it or use your fingernails to just dull it down. Just to save time, I'm gonna strictly trim it. And what I say, right leg, right? Right leg. So right leg goes here. Ow. So yeah, I've mentioned it in other videos, but they are highly realistic in detail. So the legs do have little sharp points that I think real beetles actually use to cling to like skin or whatever. So like when they're crawling and stuff to hold on. So they did replicate that. You know, obviously this is just slightly soft plastic, you know, not super hard, but it does prick the skin a bit. And there we go. I'm sorry, the wings are here, yeah. And there we have it, Busters. We have the Nokogiri Kuwagata, like that. So yeah, it looks real nice. Right. So in terms of articulation, you know, as always, you kind of saw everything. The legs are on ball joints, you know, you can get them up like this, like so. These are, mine is really cool, really loose. Like you can kind of see it. No, okay, maybe it's so. Okay, it doesn't want to. So yeah, you can kind of see it. Mine's quite loose, you know, and it's okay though. Honestly, it doesn't matter. These things are on all joints like so. I'm not going to take it out because that's just annoying. So I guess if it is ever too loose, you can just pop it off. You know, put some spray on it, and then just get it in there for more friction grip. But I'm fine with it as is. So definitely not anything to worry about. You know. And that's about it. Articulation, you know, the body can go like this, up like this, as low as this. You know, this is on a slight thing, so you can kind of move it. And the antenna plop down again. So I'm going to quickly keep it like this. Hopefully I can pop it back on. Did I do it? Without it falling off too much, and I failed. So yes, this time the antennas are popping off a bit much, but probably just me not pushing it in hard enough, like so. Ooh, that was popped off quite a bit, but it does feel definitely loose, but yeah. So, and of course, you do have the wings. To get it, they suggest you just put this down so you can lift these wing covers up, and you get that nice great gradient as always. A bit sad that this time the paint seemed to fail. Painting app quality seemed to failed. You know, just smudged off a bit here, so still, it's fine. You have the wings here. You just plop them off on the side like this, because there are whole pegs here, peg holes there for you to plop them in, like have them, and you angle them outwards. And on the bottom there is a peg hole here, which is used here. You plop it on here, and you have your flying beetle in flying flight mode, like so. So because of my like that, it's not exactly the, you know, let's see if I can angle it a bit nicer for the camera. So this is on soft plastic, so you know, might be slightly warped, or maybe the angling. Oh no, I think it's just a bit higher. So, but yeah, easily fixable, but looks really nice. Really, like just seeing this really reminds me of when I got the first one, because it is the same mold, but a completely different size, which you'll see. So it is really, really nice. So we'll just remove this and get on to this size comparisons. So to remove the wings, I just like to twist and pull, as you don't want to put stress on the clear plastic. Like so. Put it here. And there we go. So his legs are folded upwards here. So as you can see, my legs kind of like here, they're bended, so don't worry about it. Like, just use like a hair dryer to heat it up, to soften it up, angle it the way you want, and then just, you know, put it in cold water or just like ice it down to lock, like harden it back, and you're good to go. There we go. So yeah, that's it. You know, Articulation showed you in terms of paint apps and molding detail, superb as always. Unfortunately, as I said before, mine has a bit of a defect here. Although that could be just the way it is. You know, as always, really nice detail, nice sharp points here. Like angled downwards. It's got the eye molding. It's got like the protruding mouthpieces for him to eat, yum yum yum. You know, I did notice like even down here, it's got the molded, like the angled text, like you can just see the way it's angled. Just great attention detail, you know. Like up here, they got part of the I don't know this, but I think bugs just have this. They just have this, I don't know what it's called, but it has this detail on the bottom, you know. This is, oops, sorry Buster, this is less molded detail than it is just, you know, extra movable parts. Because as you can see, this part can go up and down, so you can choose how you want it. I think when you want the beetle upwards or just downwards, so that's still molded detail, and the wings are always nice. So here, you know, it's got the plastic here, nothing here, but as you can see, it is a very nice matte black finish. So all around really nice, and I always like how the eyes are slightly, maybe because it's round, it's just the shape, but it always reflects off the light and gives it like a lifelike look. So overall, really nice mold, but it is just black plastic, so except for the mouth here, and as always, this part here, there is no real paint apps other than this matte finish. But yeah, so for size comparisons, as always, here he is next to my Digimon card. This is just a generic Magic the Gathering, Uno, Trump, Casino, Pokemon card. If I recall, it should be 6x6 by 8.8 centimeters. So this boy is just, I wouldn't say just, I think he's about like 10 centimeters all the way full length, but just his body, excluding this, just stays right in, so it's like that. Or if you want it wide, lengthwise he'd be about this high, you know. Yeah, long. There's not really so much I can do, but yeah. And comparing this guy with all of the other brothers in the series, in set 3 specifically, here he is with the old Kuwagata. So definitely, this guy is one of the thinner ones. The old Kuwagata is one of the more the fat brother. As you can see, it looks real nice next to each other. You can see the difference, size-wise, width-wise too. So, here is it with the Rosenberg gold. So Rosenberg, I always thought it was small. Interestingly enough, yeah, he is definitely small because I think of the horns, or I think they're called horns, maybe the claw. But yeah, so this guy, the Nokogiri, is also quite small now that I see it. Like the body is about the same size overall. Like even the thinness too, which is surprising. I thought like, this guy's small. I thought he'd be a little bit bigger, but maybe just because of like the protrusion, like the claw here, it just gives him that much more oomph and size compared. So yeah, these are the 3 different molds you find in the Kuwagata 03. And I'm just going to move these guys off. And if you started collecting in 02, which is when they did with this new size, here he is with the other guys. You know, definitely the new, the 02 were bigger, so with much more pronounced antler horn things. There's one of them, and the other one with like a crazy elk-like horns. I honestly forgot the names of these guys saw, but really cool. You know, and I think this was the smaller guy, but so this is almost comparable. Yeah. So looking at it, you can almost say it's like very comparable in size if you had this one, but as you can see, like it is different molding. You can already see this is smaller, like it protrudes more. The head is much more different. So I do love the fact that they're not actually reusing molds. And of course, what everyone was most waiting for, comparing him to the 01 Kuwagata, or Nokogiri Kuwagata. So as you can see, huge size comparison. Like this boy is like 50%, I can't tell, 50% bigger. But these are the same, so or rather same species. So as you can see, completely the same, but just a smaller version. So you can kind of see here, like this one's only got 1, 2, 3. This has got 1, 2, 3, 4. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, it does have the molded lines to give off that detail, but this was just more parts overall because it's bigger. So definitely very, very different. In the first one, mine has stress marks. I never bought it, but they do have articulated limbs somewhat. You know, ball joints here and then here, just on like a little rat peg. These guys have no articulation in the elbow knees. Yeah, so there is that. So you can clearly see a huge difference here in terms of fighting. But overall, like, while this has articulation, but looking at it, like, definitely this is the better legs, right? So just showing off the huge difference here. Maybe I can get my guy to stand up a bit. So yeah, that's it for this review. A bit longer than expected. I thought it'd be a shorter one, but yeah, overall impressions, you know, as always, great guy. I guess probably the most important thing I could say about this is comparing these two is, like, overall, I do think I did see on some other videos, people said like they love the quality, and definitely, like, for those like who were first like kind of annoyed, like, oh, these guys were so big, like these guys are so small, like, oh, why'd they downsize it? Like, now that you actually have two of the same species to compare, the legs fell off. Like, if you look at it, definitely I do like the small one. It is smaller, but I think like how the legs kind of, to give articulation, it just breaks the aesthetic. This one, while it's beetles, I don't think you really need that much leg articulation. So just how realistic they can make it is really goes a long way in just how, like, the display power of these things, you know. And the fact that it's nice and small is really nice. This guy, when it first came out, I was like, yo, it's so good, it's so realistic. But now that I have all these different beetles, the size is actually almost, like, you can consider it almost a negative, you know, just because, like I said, because the size is just too heavy and you can't keep it up, and they didn't have the legs angled so you can't lift itself up, and these things do seem a bit big, you know, but still, overall, still nice. If you collected these and you got the first set, it's definitely not like obsolete or anything by any means. It's still really nice display, but probably best when it's in flying mode. But for these smaller ones, I definitely think not so much flying mode, but just displayed in this like upright mode like this is the best way. You know, definitely really nice. But yeah, so having said that, do I recommend it? Highly recommend it. As always, love these bugs. Nothing to go over. The only thing I would say as a con is, at least for this guy, the antennas is quite floppy, but that just could be mine, you know. So that's honestly not something I can really put against it. It's an easy fix. So nothing to like it's not a deal breaker, but definitely really nice. The other thing I guess I could say is that, at least in the 03 line, if you were to buy it, you know, because it's one of 5 things, between this one, the Rosenberg, and the Old Kuwagata, I would definitely say it is a solid win. Like, out of all of them, I mean, you know, we'll just get the Rosenberg. Like, if you get the gold one, it's great. If you get the black one, it is a bit small. Like so it is a bit small, but definitely I think if this is your first Beetle purchase, you can't go wrong with this. 02, that's 02 with the crazy pincers, that's what it was called, pincers. Like the crazy pincers, those are really cool. But so I think if you wanted unique bugs, definitely go for the 02. If you want the more traditional ones, 03 is the one I would recommend, especially because it's got these two, the more traditional style pincers. You definitely can't go wrong. If you manage to get one of these, it's still really nice. The gold one's nice, and the black one, as you can kind of see, the gold one, while is nice, definitely looks out of place. And if you just have it like this, they do look way cooler like this. So honestly, 03 is a great, I'd say the 03 Kuwagata series is a great starting point. If you're like me or you had it, definitely get it to complete your collection. But definitely I would recommend 03 over. If you want traditional, go for 03 sets. If you want a more unique one with more rare molds, definitely the 02 Kuwagata sets. So that's just my take on it. Yeah, these are 500 yen, I said. So generally online, because of shipping charges, they already jack up the price. So these would be about like $10, which I would say, even then, it's a really good deal. You know, just the quality, and the fact is, these things are selling quite well here in Japan because Japanese people love beetles, so they are going to continue making it. So even if you jump on the bandwagon now, well, I'm not 100% sure, at least for the Ikimono series, they don't seem to be slowing down. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to be making scorpions later in this month, and I'm really quite sure they're going to keep going with beetles. So there's probably definitely a set 4 coming out. So you're not too late to start collecting if you can grab set 1 or 2, especially since set 1 is so big different. Pretty much just starting from set 2 and then 3 onward is great, and just from 3 is good enough too. So yeah, that's just my take on it. But yeah, sorry for rambling on, Busters. But yeah, definitely thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and of course I hope this video helped you decide whether you wanted to purchase this or not. I do recommend it. You know, maybe if you had the big one and you're wondering if you order one randomly and get this, is it worth it? I definitely say it's worth it. So but yeah, I do know I kind of go quickly, and I just do these videos in one take. So if there's anything I went over too quickly or missed, or you wanted to know more about, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I will be sure to get back to you on that. And thanks for watching again. As always, this is Buster-kun here, off to look for a scarecrow.